Hello everyone, PallyTime here. Welcome back to the A through Z playthrough. In today's video, we have landed on Ana. She was added into the game September 26, 2017. Her most recent patch was October 7th, 2020. So almost a year ago at this point. We're getting pretty close. And she had only one rework in her time in the Nexus, and that was delivered on February 12th, 2019. Ana is really good at healing people at long range. You know, it's kind of funny. We went back and watched the last A through Z video just to get a quick recap on her state of the game back then, and a lot of the talent selection is looking pretty similar. In fact, the early game talents, people still gravitate towards anything that has sleep dart to do with it. People are all about it. And in the late game, we have seen a shift towards some talents that did not exist back in our last A through Z playthrough. So at least that might be a little interesting to check out. Anna's a character that I used to really enjoy, and I'm not sure why, but gravitated away from. Maybe the constant need of landing skill shots was just a little bit too stressful for me. I'm not too sure, but hopefully we get a good match today. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves in the Infernal Shrines today. The friendly team Ana, Genji, Johanna, Jaina, and Alarak. The enemy team Gul'dan, Nova, Azmodan, Stitches, and Stukov. At level 1, I'm thinking about going vampiric rounds. We could stack this up relatively easy, probably on the Gul'dan or Nova decoys. Also, Stitches running forward all the time, and Azmodan usually pushing forward means we should get some easy stacks with this. So stack 5 doses on an enemy hero, and then basic attack a hero with 5 doses is the quest. Our reward is a 0.25 increase in our passive Shrike healing. And if we continue to do that throughout the course of the game, we can actually generate a lot of self-healing on our character. I really like this in quick match. This is not a popular talent. It does have a decent win rate, I think. I'm gonna have to double check that. I'll double check that before the end of this video. But it is definitely my preferred way to play. It starts off a little slow, but picks up momentum at level 4 once you can combo your Shrike with Sleeping Dart. So Ana's abilities, if you've never seen her before, her Q is a straight line skill shot that is really fucking difficult to land, especially on small little hitboxes like what our team has. Let's try to land a Sleep Dart behind Johanna here. Unfortunately, she was taken down. Our Q ability, straight line skill shot, heals anyone it comes in contact with. It does not pierce by default. In order to make it pierce its initial target, what you have to do is turn on your traits, and then it can pass through targets and shoot a little bit further. However, there's a downside to turning your trait on all the time. We move at 25% less movement speed, is that right? It sure is, down to 75% if you check our stat panel. And against a Stitches, that is a pretty sketchy thing to do. Moving that slow just means his skill shots are going to be easier than ever to land. Our E ability is the Sleep Dart. This is where the majority of our talent focus is going to be on in the early game. Very, very strong crowd control ability. Not only because its effect, but the range at which it can be cast is just so astronomical. Great body blocks by Johanna there, helping us to secure the kill. Level 4 is coming up pretty fast, and once we get there, we are going to be picking up Overdose. Sleep Dart applies 4 doses. What does this mean? Well, for our quest that we've been working on, oh, I was going to say, all you have to do is land a Sleep Dart, and then you're good. Stukov trading really far forward here is good news for our trait stacking. Especially if we can keep that poison on him. It does look like it falls off. Boom, but then it's back. Genji rotating down. Johanna decided to attack these minions a little bit and then totally peace out. Nice telekinesis from our Alarak, moving Azmodan back onto our side of the playing field. Wasn't quite able to capitalize on that there, though. Our W ability is Bionic Grenade, and there are some W builds that are seeing some play right now. If that interests you, basically you take all the W talents in the first 7 levels of the game and then go straight for the healing darts in the later half of the game. Part of Ana's rework was trying to give this talent some more love, so it is good that we're seeing at least some people utilizing that. But that's not for me. I'm definitely a little set in my ways with just how strong Sleeping Dart can be. And notice that I know that wasn't the real Nova, but we were still able to stack off our quest there. No problem. With like no downside, just hitting a decoy. Now, the bigger your team's hitboxes are, the easier Ana is to play. And ours are relatively small across the board. We're going to want to turn on our trait here and play very defensively. And it would also help. Perfect. Thank you. Please do this for your Anas. So many people don't do this anymore. Let her fucking heal you. Stitch is moving forward. We are going to put him to sleep. Make sure we're still continuing to heal in between casts of that. It appears our team is completely zoned out from this objective. Johanna going in a last-just effort now, but most of our team has already lost interest in the objective, unfortunately, and traveled back up the top lane and middle lane. Which, I mean, I understand going top. They had a merc camp pushing up there, so that makes sense. I'd love to tell you that playing Ana was like riding a bike. However, I think playing Ana after you haven't played it for a while is more akin to falling off a cliff. Everything just kind of feels bad. I've missed so many heals that normally I would not. I have lost so many trades that I feel like I would not have lost before, and it's been quite the struggle to at least get to the point that I'm at right now, which I don't feel like is particularly good. I think we've done about 6 warm-up games leading to this recording, just to give you an idea of the time spent, just trying to get my basic mechanics back down. The enemy team still continuing to move forward. The sleep dart does land true on Stitches, and we're going to continue to auto-attack him as he is running away. Johanna leading the charge here with Genji, and we actually landed quite a few heals on her as she was pushing forward. That feels good, at least. That's not the real Nova. There's no way. Unfortunately, Johanna looks like she's overstaying her welcome now. I have one more heal in the chamber for her. One more heal in the chamber for her. Yeah, unfortunately, a little bit too far gone. But hey, I can get some stacks on Gul'dan as he's running away. That's something, right? That's something, right? We're at 43 stacks on our level 1 quest right now. I'm going to be going back to the base for mana. The kills for this game tied up 2-2. And XP is dead even as well. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. So, my favorite time to play Ana, oh, good hook, was back before they changed Shrike. I thought it was really, really fun. Her old trait was pretty boring, actually, but it was just a range increase and a sight increase passively. So her auto attacks would attack a little bit farther, and she could see a little bit farther, which makes sense because she, of course, has a sniper rifle. I'm losing bottom to my team not paying attention. Feels bad, feels bad. And what it allowed me to do was take Ana into the off lane. Ana, excuse me, I keep bouncing back and forth between my pronunciations here. And she could just like outrange anyone. I remember a game in particular where I was going up against a Sonya, who's always kind of been a lane bully and quite the presence in lane. We're going to try to land the double sleep dart here. Hopefully he can get out okay. Looks like he is so far. Although Stitches moving forward with the bile might be a little difficult for us to deal with. I'm trying, bro. Your Genji, though, like, just kind of jump away, and it's kind of what Genji does, right? We're going to go for the Eye of Horus in this matchup. We're going to use it right now to heal up our Jaina. Eye of Horus has probably seen the most love out of the two of Ana's heroic abilities. It used to have an 80-second cooldown. That's been taken down to a 60-second cooldown, so don't feel bad about using this. Even if you don't get the most out of it, you could use it again in a minute. What it does is gives us a global range that we could shoot anywhere on the map. However, if our projectile hits a building, it is going to stop on the building. If it hits players, though, it will continue to, what's the word? Pierce. It'll pierce through all of the projectile through all the players. Even if it hits enemies, if it hits allies, it'll go through all of them, and it deals damage to enemies and heals any friendly targets in the path. So this is good, I think, throughout the course of the entire game, especially if the enemy team has like a pesky little split pusher. All of a sudden, if someone answers the call and goes towards the guy who's split pushing, then you can back them up, and it's basically a 2v1. I imagine this is the decoy. We're just using it for free stacks. I love to see it. The objective has begun. The enemy team slightly ahead here with 2 caps already. Trying to slow myself down. Beautiful fear from Gul'dan, catching quite a few of our team in it. We're going to use Eye of Horus. Unfortunately, a little bit too slow. I wanted to get out some burst healing for our Jaina, but was not able to do it. And now that these guys are pursuing, we're going to try to slow them down yet again. We do see the entirety of the enemy team still focusing on Johanna and myself, while Alarak is getting the objective. However, they are turning around now, but he sees that as well. The friendly team did lose 2 members in that last tussle. The enemy team did lose 1. I think I could have just healed Johanna back up, but you know, if she wants to leave, she can do that. There's definitely time to re-engage here if we're able to do it. The sleep on Stitches is going to incapacitate him momentarily. Let's go ahead and throw our biotic grenade down on Stukov. Was hoping that would be enough for Alarak to kind of secure that kill, but alas, it was not. If we're going to make a move, we need to make it soon. Everyone's just kind of standing here, and it looks like the enemy team is going to be picking up this objective if nothing changes. The sleep dart did miss. I've gone into the hunched over stance for longer range healing, trying to keep our Alarak alive here. He's kind of juking me. Please don't do that. We're going to turn Eye of Horus on and try to focus the back line with Johanna. We do take down the enemy team's Ghoulish Daniel, but that looks like it's about all we're going to be able to do. All right, let's stand back up and try to move back to our defenses. I've had really long queue times today, like 10 minutes for every match. Might be a little bit of an exaggeration, maybe like 8 minutes for every match. Been very, very slow. And I wonder why that is. I wonder if that expanded matchmaking search is part of the problem right now. We're going to go for Purifying Darts. This is going to remove slows on any target that we heal with our Q. The reason I went for that is because Stitches went for Bile, and he's been using that pretty well against our allies. So if I can just heal them while they are in the Bile, they're going to be able to keep moving like nothing happened. They are pushing in pretty hard here. Great hook from Stitches is going to pull me out from the back line, but luckily for me, we had Sleep Dart off cooldown, and we are able to nullify everything that he was doing. The friendly team's starting to move up now. We're going to try to follow to the best of our ability. Remember, we do have Eye of Horus as well, so even if we weren't able to get in range right away, we still could have healed in this particular fight. So things seem pretty bad. The enemy team has a lot of buildings at the moment. You know, I kind of wish the rework for Ana gave her a little bit more talent diversity. I mean, it's kind of hard to have talent diversity when 13 and 16 are all about just your healing dart. But it seems like the general playstyle for Ana did not change much after the rework. Everyone kind of gravitated back towards what they were doing before. I believe in order to get piercing darts previously, you had to take the sleep dart quest and then land so many in order to complete the quest, and after you completed that, your healing darts would also pierce. I believe that's how she used to work. I mean, at least you don't have to do that anymore. At least it's kind of a on-the-moment decision, on-the-fly decision. Stitch is moving up really far here. The fear for the enemy team throwing me back as well. We are going to land a sleep onto Stitches. He's pulling me back into the pain, however. Genji's starting to pop off with the Dragon Blade, chasing after the enemy team's Gul'dan, who is literally just standing there and healing through Genji's ultimate. Jaina with some great damage here. Is it going to be enough? She didn't auto-attack again. It didn't connect. And Johanna, unfortunately, falling to the punishment as well. Good grabs by Stitches there, keeping me in combat. Unfortunately, was not able to get away. Active Reload is a phenomenal talent if you've never taken it before. Activate to gain 3 charges of Healing Dart. And basically what you could do is you could shoot your default dart, let that go on cooldown, which is only 2 seconds, right? Not very long at all. And then immediately activate Active Reload, which gives you 3 more charges. So you can do an ancestral heals amount of healing, Rhaegar's ultimate, like massive healing. And if your team is playing well with you, you can land that on 2 targets with the piercing stance activated. So insane amount of healings in combat, but again, it's a skill shot, so your mileage will vary game to game to game. It's not just a point and click activatable. Stitch is going for the hook in the middle lane, does not connect. He is put to sleep, and we're going to nullify healing on him for the time being as well. Eye of Horus is being used as Johanna's moving in, although I'm missing quite a lot. I'm trying, Joe. I'm trying. And as you can see, really easy full heal on our Jaina there, as she was taking a lot of damage. Unfortunately, Johanna is just running it way too far down, and there's not too much we can really do to help her when she does that. I do think Nova can probably kill me, but Genji is on top of things, does take her down for me. As I recall back to the base, this might be our final stand if the enemy team decides to push. However, it looks like they're going up to the objective. I'm having a hard time following you, Joe. We might as well communicate it, right? Maybe we can keep the team a little bit more together. As we're losing our second keep, it's definitely going to be going down as the enemy team pushes in. Hey, no problem. Sometimes we just don't sync up, and that's okay. We're a little too late to contest this, and the enemy team is very, very close to level 20. So this one is kind of looking like it's gonna be a loss. Obviously, it never feels good posting losses, but this series isn't about winning. It's about the history of the character, and I think I conveyed that relatively well. I wish I had more experience on Ana to give you a little bit more of an in-depth explanation on the changes. I hit everything as best as I could. If you feel like I missed anything throughout our talk today, of course, please be sure to leave that down in the comments. We started out really, really strong with our games in this series, so we're bound to get losses eventually, and that is a-okay. We're gonna pop Eye of Horus just to heal up our Jaina as she was running forward. We could do a little bit of damage to this enemy team now as well. Alarak being completely annihilated as he steps forward there. We do have the additional projectiles for our heal if we need it, but Jaina's gonna be able to get back into the base no problem. Actually, the Punisher not doing as much as I expected. You could see those heals going out on Johanna there, but it looks like this is going to be GG. If we did make it to level 20, there is a pretty fun auto attack talent that we could have picked up then that actually has a surprisingly high win rate, over 65%, which is well above the margin of error for the character. I think it would combo really, really well with that level 1 vampiric. GG, no problem. I didn't mean to make the person feel bad, you know what I mean? I just couldn't heal him. 69 seconds of stun time. Nice. Hey, at least I got a nice out of it. The talent I was talking... Oh, let me go over what I picked in this game. So I went Vampiric Rounds. This is not the popular choice. Most people just go for a Sleeping Dart at level 1. Into Overdose, Night Terror's Eye of Horus, Purifying Darts, Active Reload, and at level 20, I either would have gone for the Deadeye, which gives us increased Eye of Horus healing and damage by 4% for every hero hit. This bonus resets after all shots are fired. It's okay. It can definitely ramp up throughout the course of the game, but I really like Dynamic Optics. Basic attacks increase your attack speed by 10% for 3 seconds, up to 100% while aim down sights is active. It also increases your range by 4. It allows you to really snipe people from afar, stack up your level 1 quest even faster, and provide a substantial amount of healing in some circumstances. Also, another talent to note is the Debilitating Dart. If we were particularly worried about a character like the Butcher or something like Tracer, we just hit him with this, and it lowers their damage. That's going to do it for our A through Z with Ana. First loss in the series. What you going to do? I have a 0% win rate with Anduin, and I kind of don't want to warm up. I kind of just want to go in and see how it goes. So I'm going to do some research on the character, and then we're just going to go in and see if we can break the 0% win rate curse. I think that would be really fun to try. What if we got a win, dude? How cool would that feel? Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you again soon. Goodbye.